game. It's a rich thing. It's not a game. It's a rich thing.
Everyone.
Halo,
Ah,
halo, selamat siang. Asita. Oke.
yeah.
Hello,
Thank you.
everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Halo, Sini.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
等一下，先把喇叭关掉。
Okay, can we start now? Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spirit of Asia. We really hope that our group has prepared their presentation for today. And now we are going to start the final presentation session. Today is our last week before the awarding on 14 January 2022 that will be held live in Bandung, Jawa Barat. We have 8 groups with 8 different projects that will be presented by mentees that represented each group. Each group will have 10 minutes presentation and 5 minutes to question and answer session. This final presentation will be led by the Program Director of the Spirit of Asia, Mr. Timmy Cho, Ms. Rina Renville, and Mr. Yudhistira Harahap. The assessment will be given from the Program Director and all the mentors as well. Without further delay, Mr. Timmy, would you like to say something before we start the presentation?
Okay, I would like to thank everyone, especially the very fantastic group of HDII. I mean, 100% appreciation from me. And I think we are very looking forward to see today's presentation at groups. And I also want to thank all 8 mentors to have such wonderful hardworking with such different team members from different country, different language, different way to do things. And I think also this is a very good, I hope every group that you have
印尼的视讯，
your own
我的课程啊
chemical reflection between yourself. I also want to thank all the members, all the young designers to join this project, and our students, my students. 感谢这些中国科大的这些学生哈，这几个礼拜以来这么认真的在处理这么困难的事情大家辛苦了。Okay, I'm sure today's presentation must be outstanding. So I'm looking forward it. I would like to thank Rina. Thank you again. All right, thanks.
Thank you. Good luck, everyone.
那祝大家成功哈，在你们的实际合作成果的介绍。来，姐姐，我们来开始了。OK， 我来mungkin.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Polny, Mr. Timmy, and Ibu Rina. Maybe Mr. Yuda, would you like to say something also for the participant, for the mentees?
Hello, everyone. I just want to say good luck for the presentation today. And yeah, good luck. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Yuda. Okay, without further delay, are you ready? Yeah. We have 8 group presentation, 8 group to present their project. Each group have 10 minutes to present, and we also have 5 minutes for question and answer. Perhaps the program director or the mentors can also give the question to the group. Yeah, and committee already sent the assessment criteria, so you can fill the form. Yeah, and then without further delay, we may start the presentation for group 1. Is are we ready? Group 1. Okay. Maybe we can skip from group 1 and continue to group 2.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Ben.
Yes. Hello. How are you? Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year, and may God bless us in 2022 with prosperity and health, especially when we still have facing a pandemic. We also have some ideas to share, which is hopefully this made good discussion letters regarding in the concept of all of the mentees. I, as a mentor, not involved at all to create the presentation and how to think, but my jobs, I believe, is only give them some problems and discuss to solve this problem. Hopefully we able to fulfill an expectation from HDI and Timmy teams. Let's start without wasting times, but Dea and Tim, please to share the presentation and share the ideas. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Benjamin, for the opening. Okay, group 2, you may present your presentation.
Okay.
Here's Dea. Thank you, Dea.
Can you see the presentation?
Clearly.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So this is our group 2 presentation. In this project, we worked on the Ahmad Yani International Airport concept, which is located in Semarang. So before we start, a little bit introduction to our team. So we have our very lovely mentor, Pak Benjamin Aris Nugroho, and we also have our assistant mentor, Ms. Gita Listia, who has been helping us throughout this journey. And as for the mentees, representing Bandung, we have Abdul, and from Jakarta, there's myself, I'm Dea. I have a friend, Kevin as well. And from Taiwan, we have Celia, Suye, and who unfortunately are unable to come today. So when you look at the airports, there are actually different types of passenger, and each of them has their own behavior. So what are the types of passenger found in the airport? So there's actually 4. The first one is business people. So business people, they're usually they're more straightforward. They don't really take a lot of time, because their main focus is for their business, as well as long as they get to their destinations safe. And there's also family usually comes in a larger scale. It can be parents with 2 kids, 3 kids, or it can be an even bigger family, grandparents with kids, with aunties, uncle, cousins. That would be a larger scale family. And usually it's more hassling, because they bring strollers, and there's like baby crying, and the age gap and family is very variety. There's like toddlers, there's teenagers, millennials, Gen X, there's also boomers, whereas there are also millennials. Millennials is probably more towards people like us, like me, Abdur, Kevin, and the rest of the other mentees. So they're more easygoing, flexible. And then there's also people with restricted mobility, which is the disabled people. So these disabled people would actually always need an assistant. They need more attention and more carefully, because they have, like stated, they have restricted mobility. So the passenger stress level. So as a lot of people know, that airport is actually just a place where it's filled with people who are stressed. And there's different types of stress level in every airport flow. For instance, as you can see, as the arrow goes down, it gets even more stressed. Usually when you're in the airport or check-in, it's usually just moderate. But once you get into the security, the stress level gets higher, because the people serving you is not as friendly as the flight attendants. And then there's an increased congestion. And then dwell time is when you go shopping, you just look around, you feel less stress, but there's still a tiny bit of stress. Why? Because your main point is to get on the flight. So as you still do your shopping, there's still a bit of stress, like, will I be missing my flight? Am I in the right zone? And then there's also boarding. In the boarding zone, it gets a bit slightly more stress, because there's a lot of things that starts questioning your mind. Will my flight be delayed? And you will only feel very, very safe and comfort once you're in the flight. That's why when you see you're in the flight, the stress level, it's at the least. And once you get into collecting your bag, that's when the stress level goes to another higher level. Why? Because there's so many crowded people, and you just want to get out of the airport fast, but you have limited time and so many people, and you have to look for your luggage. And sometimes when your luggage is too big, it's hard for you to like get it out, and then you have to excuse me to people. That's why the stress level gets a bit higher. So those are the stress level that you see around the airport. But what are the 3 main causes for stress in the airport? So in the very first one is their sense of control. Sense of control is more of, do I know what to do in the airport? In the larger part, airport stress is related to a person's need to control his or her environment. So usually once you get into the airport, you get confused, like, okay, I have to go to check-in, but where is the check-in? If I have already checked in online, where do I go? And then there's also rush, will I make it? So throughout the airport, like even when I said previously, when you do shopping, there's still a tiny bit of stress, because there will always be a question, will I be able to make it to my flight? And sometimes you start to think, if I get a cup of coffee, will I miss my flight? If I go to the toilet, will I miss my flight? You will only feel safe once you're actually on the flight. And then the last one is crowds and noise. It's more of how to calm down at the airport. So because airport is filled with a lot of people, so there's like so many noises. So the so-called crowding stress relates to a situation in which a person has a lot of strangers in his or her vicinity. So when I'm in the airport, there's a lot of people, and like the amount of people that I actually know is probably only like 1 or 2 out of the many people, which is why it gives me anxiety. So and those resulting to me having a hard time to control my personal space and privacy. So why is the interior of the airport essential? Right. Okay. So the interior of the airport is essential because this is when, with all of that stress, this is when interior plays a huge role. Like clear signs and graphics that you see in the airport, like the signage, and then as well as decorative patterns on the floor and walls, it can make it easier for people to navigate the terminal building, resulting to people feeling, oh, I am safe in this zone. I know where I'm going. Okay, from check-in, I know I have to go through the immigration. Oh, I still have a bit of time left to look around for some window shopping. And with that, everything from the airport design to the efficiency of its procedure and its retail offer contributes to creating a travel experience that determines the airport success. So an airport success is not just like by how the look of the airport or the design, the architecture design of the airport, but a good interior also plays in a good passenger experience in the airport. So our site location is, as you can see, is in Ahmad Yani International Airport. It's located in Semarang. So why our mentor have chosen this location is because Semarang is very well known for a mixed culture of Indonesian people, like Javanese people and other Indonesian ethnics, along with Chinese culture influence. So we have summarized our concept into one story, which we like to call it the Lucky Find of Semarang. So just a brief of why we call it the Lucky of Semarang is because we believe that an airport image should represent its location. So our concept derived from various famous landmark and icons Semarang, from the traditional market to the well-known place Lawang Sewu. And there are also many hidden treasure found in Semarang that can be used as a source of inspiration when designing the airport. This hidden treasure can often be found in Semarang's famous landmark. Each of these landmarks has their own characteristic and culture background that, as we dig deeper with our friends from Taiwan, unexpectedly resemble the design culture commonly found in Taiwan. And as these hidden gems places are not easy to find, visitors who can feel the atmosphere of this landmark is known to be lucky, hence why we call it the Lucky Find of Semarang. Kevin, is Kevin here?
Kevin is already here.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
I will explain about the airport security area. Next. Sorry. Yeah. So in my simple research, I think the problem we need to solve problem by problem on the design of the airport itself. The very basic thing is the first is the long queue of the security area, where sometimes there is certain people, let's say the VIPs, that need to hurry because they have a meeting or business trip or some urgent flight to catch through, but they need to line up for the security checkup, while there is also the pregnant and disabled and the common people. So we need to split the line into three, the pregnant and disabled, the VIPs, and the common people. And the next one is the space, because in this COVID era, everyone is very sensitive to the space they have. That I decide that we need to have like a certain gap between people, which is like a 1.5 meter, like so people don't have a certain anxiety about their safety in this era. And also a better airflow will provide a better mood give them better mood throughout the process of the security lineups. Next.
Your time is already finished. Is there?
Okay,
more
yeah, and
pages?
the next one is the boring zoning. It means everything is so flat and boring in the security area, which I think we can also, when dividing the line, the line of the queue, we can divide it also by height. So we have a certain vantage point from the upstairs to see the lineup below, and we can have a certain art on the ceiling or the wall. So everything is more enjoyable throughout the process. Next. Okay, the design direction for the security area should be simple. So I think the very necessity is the left image is the right the light and the plants. We need to so everyone have a good mood. If possible, outdoor area. So people will feel they have more space, enjoy the experience, and also we can have an installation on the ceiling like the image in the middle. And the material I choose is simple materials like rattans, bamboos, weave, plants, and reflective materials. Next, please. Yeah, duty free will be explained by Abdur. Thank you.
Hello?
What? 有 cue 到我吗？
Abdur, we can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself.
Okay, is there any?
Maybe. Oh, we still can't hear you. Maybe we will skip Abdur's parts and then go back once he fixes his audio. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, we can continue my presentation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Where is the slide there? I can see myself. Okay, this is the layout of our concept. The yellow color is the corridor and gray one is the store. Next. Next. It is a little bit of the circulation. Next. Based on our big concept about lucky finding in Semarang City, I put three idea concept that represent about the local market in Semarang City. The commercial area will present about 3 points of the Semarang City. The first one is Pasar Johar, and the second one is the smallest night market, and the third one, the local market in Semarang City. Next, please. For the interior design. This is a little bit picture of the Pasar Johar. So it's a very unique class building in Semarang City since long ago. The point that I want to show to the commercial area is about the column, the iconic column in this market. It will be the main inspiration of the interior design. It will be the highlight of the atmosphere. Next.
Okay, Mr. Abdul, you only have 1 minute.
Yep. Next.
Okay.
Maybe more about book because they have a comprehensive concept. Maybe we need more than 10 minutes. Thank you.
Okay.
This is will combine. Pasar Johar will combine with the atmosphere of the Semavis market. So Semavis night market is have a very interesting ambience. So the ambience will be the lighting experience for the commercial area. Next day. Next. It's so long. Yep. For the third inspiration of the concept is about the previous one. Okay. We actually going to the local market, and we can see very much people selling their product using the local tools. So the local tools looks like basket. It will be the inspiration for the sculpture, for the furniture, for the lighting design. Next. Also, we have discussion with the Taiwan team. We have very interesting conversation, but I'm very interested with this one point is a secondary window. It's very detailing, so it will be the inspiration for the ceiling point and the wall element. Next day. Yeah. This is our layout option. Next one. So the Pasar Johar column, it will be used for the all the way of the corridor. Next. And the typical of local market, it could be combined to the floor pattern. When we see the old wall of the local market, we can see the color of the white color, gray color. It will combine to the floor pattern. Yep. Actually, the tools of the local market could be the inspiration of the furniture design and the sculpture. Next one. And the lighting ambience of the Pasar Semavis. Next. And the last one, the secondary window for the ceiling element. Next. So this is my design direction. How ambience of the commercial area. When I say about the Pasar Johar column, it could be developed from this form. So how long we can find a new form from the column to make the new faces in new era of the Pasar Johar. For the picture, you can see the window, secondary window. It could be the lighting design, and the wall lighting. It will be developed for this point. For the third one, the sculpture, it's inspired by the local tools from the local market. It will develop, and it will combine with Pasar Semavis lighting design. Next day. With the previous atmosphere that we want to create on the commercial area, it will combine with the spirit of color, that present hearts on fire. It's create a new atmosphere for the commercial area, and the lighting, it's not it will be customized and not just for red color. Yep. Next bit.
Okay, so I will just try to keep my parts short as we're running out of time. So just as if Abdur part was more towards how he was inspired by the market. In the boarding launch, we are inspired by the Lawang Sewu. And the first one, we have the signage. So the main purpose of the signage is to facilitate the traveler's understanding because they're all stressed, they need direction of where to go. So a good and clear signage would pretty much help lessen the stress and also enhance the interior. So these are the traditional reference of how usually signage would look in the airport. But what we need is a clear and consistent pairing of symbol and associate message to reinforce the symbol effectiveness. So these are just some examples. For signage, it's more towards rules and regulation that are given by the airport. They're more towards spacings and the fonts and the sizing. Okay, but for our contemporary design direction, for signage is a consistency in placement and visual. So like this one, all the visual and the placements are all consistent so people don't get confused, and to create the greatest level of recognition and shorten the time required to process the message. So if it's clear and it's all the same, it's easier for people to process the message. And there's also like this one, prioritizing a message so that the destination and service most important to travelers always prominently displayed. So people know that, okay, this is a baggage claim, and it's clearly stated that it's a baggage claim. And also sometimes signage can be comes in various of sizes and symbol, but with variation in symbol and sizes, placement on signs and background colors should be kept to a minimum within an individuality facility. And there's also sometimes signage with multiple symbols that appears together, but they should always come in a uniform size. And then when coming into the interior, these are the traditional look of the airports. Okay, so what we want in here is a mixture of various type of furniture shapes and grouping, because like I said earlier, there's like different types of passenger. There's business, family, millennials, and disabled people. So we want to still keep it contemporary, following the trend, and it's spacious enough for people to have a personal boundaries and keeping a distance with the new health protocol. So keeping having personal boundaries is not just about the stress as well. As we get into the pandemic era, we once we get into our design, we should also start thinking about how people can still maintain their safe distance through the design that we create. And then for materials, a mixture of traditional floor design called the Tegel Kunci with contemporary flooring. So a brief story of why we use Tegel Kunci, because when we were working on this with the Taiwan team, they were mentioning that patterns like Tegel Kunci in Taiwan is actually in trend. So which shockingly, it's also currently still in trend in Indonesia. So it's like those little treasure discovery that we find that, oh, those are actually the similarity that we find throughout in Indonesia and Taiwan. There's like a lot of things that we find that are we're actually in terms of culture and design are actually pretty much the same. And one of it is Tegel Kunci. That's why we want to use this material into our design. So the also implementation of the flower shapes. So this design is commonly known influenced by the colonial, and also in Taiwan we discovered that this is also now currently in trend. And the last one is the furniture. So in boarding lounge, this is the traditional reference. So in boarding lounge, one of the most important part is furniture, because when people are waiting, they sit down. So what we want to create is a bubble system arrangement to maintain the health protocol guideline, yes, as we get into the pandemic era, but also to maintain people personal boundaries so they don't get extra stress with the environment, the airport environment that is already giving them stress. So we want to color coordinate them because there's like various types of passengers. There's 4 types, like I said before. And so with a color coordination, it would be easier for people to recognize which is for which. And of course, use the sofa chair for extra comfort. And because there are 4 types of passengers, for business people, of course, they would need a comfortable sitting chair, a single one, because usually they travel alone, and they will need a comfortable because they have to work, and also because they're paying extra for their flight usually. There's largest, and for the family, large spacious continuous chair. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a single seating chair because they usually come in a large group and they always have to
Yeah.
stay connected.
We can continue to the next group because the time
Okay.
is very too far. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for the presentation, Pak Ben and group 2. We may continue to do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dea and Kevin and also Abdur. So sorry, but the time is limited. Yeah. So we can continue to the group 3. Okay. Thank you for the presentation, group 2. Next, group 3. Nico and Nuha. You may share the screen. And the question will be held after the session. Yeah, because we have to continue the presentation for each group.
Halo, halo.
Yes, yes, Nuha, silakan.
Nick. Halo, halo.
Nicholas, yes, we can hear you clearly. You may present your presentation. Okay, thank you.
Are the screen already view?
Sorry, not yet.
Wait. Nuha. Okay. Yeah, we are from the group 3, and first of all, I want to say sorry because we were unable to turn off our camera because the device issues, and me and Nico will be represent our work from group 3 that consists with Mr. Missing as our mentor and help with Mr. Erwin as well. And our team, there are Rita, Sangyu, Ivy, me, Nico, and Nadia. So we can go to the next slide, Nick. Yeah, the project is located on Taipei, the special zone called Boai Special Zone that's surrounded by a lot of cultural building around it, and there are like political building, museums, old castle, city garden, and many more. Next. Next, Nick. Yeah. Maybe we can go to the project slide, Nick. Nah, okay. Our project is about to make a sales center for premium apartment around behind the building, and the building itself is a heritage building that built in Japanese era in Taiwan, and there are so many cultural assets in this building. So and next, Nick. And the concept is about to give the experience for the customer that come to our place in process of dealing process about the purchasing the apartment and their housing issues. So we here try to give them special treatment and exclusive experience, and there are some point from the local culture like tea tasting and experience that special from Taiwan itself. And there's the building itself has a bold Japanese style, and that acculturate with Taiwan locals culture that growing for this time, and we call the concept is Taste of Asia, and it's about combining the existing local culture with the wider Asia's aesthetic element, and in here we put Indonesian's craftsmanship as the element for the main action of the element in the design. Okay, and next.
Our inspiration is come from the Peranakan design in Indonesia about acculturation of Chinese and Indonesia. So we try to combine a local culture from Indonesia to the design.
Yeah, and the Indonesian itself, we put so many craftsmanship element like batik, weaving, pottery, sculptures, and brass craftsmanship, and we also put some architectural factor like incense, or in Indonesia they call it with dupa, to give them the more spiritualistic experience in this place. And here is the design. Next, Nick. Oh, before that we come. This is the
original
site plan. Yeah.
That our mentor give to us.
Yeah, this is the Japanese building actually. And next, Nick, maybe we can. Oh, this is our study about the space exploration and layout.
About zoning and grouping.
Yeah. And we in this for the spatial concept, we put to some utilities like VIP room and entrance, model area, reception, and garden in the front of the building. And this is our studies and development. And next, Nick, maybe.
This is the facade of our design.
Yeah, in the facade we put 2 lion sculptures as like the pictures before. This is the we can show in Bali, Sitiwinangun, and another place in Indonesia without decreasing the value of Japanese itself and the Taiwanese. So next to the interior. Nah, this is for the layout. There consist to side of
and Nico, we still have 5 minutes, yeah? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Oli.
Thank you, Miss. And there are 2 sides of building, left side and right side. And there are 2 dealing area, right?
Dealing area in here.
It is open for the public and more casual dealing there from the sales and the customer. And in front of it, there are a literacy area, and the special treatment is in the right for the testing. Yeah, maybe Nico will.
So the testing area is the culture from the Taiwan. They are very like to make room for the testing. So this is from Taiwan, our group. They make layout for the testing area. It such a luxury behavior. So we make it in here, and in the middle are reception, and this is like a market for the apartment.
Yeah.
And in the back of the testing area is the dealing area for private or VIP room. And in the back of the dealing area public, here is office. So
okay.
Next.
Yeah, and this is for the elevation view in the middle of the buildings. There are some treatment that we make. First of all is LED strip for the ceiling to highlight the original ceiling structure for the heritage building. And we use finishing like wood veneer to enhance the visual and make the shapes of the structure as our primary element. And yeah, maybe you can jump next to the next picture. Yeah, and for the middle part, especially in the receptions area, we put some Chinese atmosphere in here, but we put in Indonesian's element like batik and sculptures, and collect maybe some of the museums next to this can also display their collection in here, we hope. And there we highlight the craftsmanship and the story behind the products. It's like the batik or tenon itself, and what is the sculptures tell us about. And we also have trying to make a explorative visual element, like with the wood, like how it become like rattan or something, but it made by wood. Yeah, maybe Nico, you can make. Yeah, and this is the specialties testing experience. We also put Chinese and Japanese atmosphere, but with Indonesian accents, like the red spot of batik accentuation in here. And we also put the incense dupa films there to create the more spiritualistic atmosphere. And next.
Okay, the 10 minutes is over. Do you still have many pages?
The last 2 pages, Miss.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is the main experience about the tea testing for the dealing process. We also put our best exploration about the screen over there that we adopt from Kawung's batiks. We develop the element and make some like height differentiation, and we put it that the people usually put it for fabric, but in here we put it for the screens. And yeah, this kind of exploration we try to make it more explorative and to make the atmosphere exclusive for the customer. And next, maybe. And this is not just the exploration by the ancient design. So we try to balance it with the high-tech technology like integrated glass screen and lightings. And the furniture, we make it the finish is black matte to make it more modern and fancy looks. And we also put like glowing material like brass, metals, and yeah. And next. Yeah, maybe
for all the design is still the Taiwan and Japanese atmosphere, but we put Indonesian as a decoration, but not a strange to look. So we make a acculturation for the Taiwan, Japan, and Indonesia.
Yeah, we try to make it more seamless, right?
All of our slide. Thank you for listening, and we wait for a question.
Thank you, Nico and Nuha. Mr. Timmy, would you like to ask something for the question and answer session, or we just continue to the next group? Hello, Mr. Timmy. Mr. Timmy, are you there? Okay, then Nuha and Nicholas, maybe we can continue to the next group. Thank you for the presentation.
Okay, Miss, and thanks for all for the chance.
Yeah, thank you
Okay.
so much. Okay, next group 4. We have Anita, Rere, and Mia.
Hello.
Can you share the screen? Yeah, you can start.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello，老师、同学，大家好，我们是第四组，我们是第四组，我们做的是温泉电影院，温泉电影院会馆。
Yang penting ngomong.
温泉在台湾已经和人民生活连结，我们几乎在冬季的时候都会去温泉享受。然后台湾之所以会很多好，我们的营造简约的沉稳的调性，是以实木大自然的室内风格，然后在整个氛围上它是很休闲的，然后在于配置图的部分，从我们找到了中国节的元素，然后放置在整个平面图的中心点是拉开西的演奏，它也是会馆的主要元素之一。在中国节的另外一个面是电影的放映墙，就是连接主轴转换到楼上变成是温泉的汤屋，汤屋的部分有分成男汤跟女汤，还有4个包厢，那里面也都有一些荧幕的放映，就是可以享受电影。以上谢谢。下一位。对对。
Maybe I will continue the presentation. So next, Anita. Anita. Screennya di Anita. Anita, can you stop the share screen?
Kamu aja. Bisa.
是他们放。
对 ，OK， 换他们。
What do you need some help?
Okay.
Rere already to share screen. Okay, thank you, Rere.
Okay.
You're
I will present again with the layout. So here's the final layout. As you can see, the flow is inspired by the shape of Chinese knot button. So it will be the different entrance, the one for direct corridor to second floor and the others to the restaurant, bar and outdoor space. But the two entrance still connected in each other. On the first floor, we designed the area most like public space. So there are restaurant, bar, outdoor toilet, and kitchen. And in the outdoor part of the restaurant, there is a pond that visitor can use to soak their feet while dining. And this area will be a mini hot spring for visitors who don't want to make a reservation for spa. And then go up on the second floor, we designed to be more private, so the user more comfortable and safe. We have public foot massage, beauty clinic, private spa, and hot spring area, which are separated for men and women. And then we go back to first floor again. And here's the mood board concept. Okay, in the first floor, we have iconic entrance door that combines two cultures directly. We combine it with authentic batik patterns and natural pattern from Taiwan. We use red color as a symbol to attract good luck to the visitors. And then we entrance the lobby, which has waiting area and receptionists to check the payment and reservation. In every corner, we design with the most eye-catching Taiwan red juniper for symbolism, feedback, and gratitude. And then we go to the restaurant. In this area, we have a spot for a live music performance, or we can call it known as Nakasi. We also have a wall with a matte material finish that will be shot with using a projector so that the wall can display a video mapping or a trailer from film that will be shown in cinema. Okay, overall, the area is designed using crafting technique inspired by Chris from Japanese culture, but it combining it with wood, stone, and metal materials. We also use the Chris technique to make batik patterns and some accent on the wall finish. In Nakashi area, we use dye transparent cloth to get color gradation and as a backdrop or stage divider for the performance. We use transparent backdrop on a purpose so that it can be seen from all directions. Okay, next, Nia.
Okay, thank you, Rere and Anita. So I will continue Rere and Anita presentation. Actually, our concept of this project is we would like to combine the authentic culture and nowadays culture. The authentic culture we apply is hot spring in Taiwan. Hot spring is all about breath, warmth, water, calm, and a taste of peace, something like that. And we also apply Japanese authentic culture like keris, like just what Rere said, and batik parang. And why we choose batik parang? Batik parang means actually means don't give up. They say don't give up like waves of a wave. So the waves never stop. So we use the batik parang as our authentic culture from Japanese. Next. Next, Rere. Okay. So this is the concept application in the second floor. This is the corridor to the spa room. We apply the batik parang pattern into a pattern in the door, the wall, and we also use the rattan lamp to convert the Japanese ambience there. Next, Rere. Yes, and this is some view from the corridor. There's a display area in front of the waiting space. Next. Okay, this is another view. Okay, so after wait for, so after so this is the 2 sample room of the spa room. So this is what makes interesting is we combine, like we said, we combine the authentic culture with nowadays culture. What is nowadays culture we apply here? Masuk next.
One
Yeah.
left.
Okay, next. Yeah. So we next. Okay, so the spa room we use movie as an additional activity there. So this is not a usual spa room, but it's a bed cinema. Next. Yes, and we have a bed for watching the cinema and the bed. Next. Yes, like this. So this is the private room for watching a movie. You can choose whether you want to watch from the bed or the bed. Next. Okay. I think that's all. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nia. Wow, the time is really precise. Okay, thank you, Nia, Rere, and team. We continue to the next group, group 5. Okay. Group 5, you may share the screen.
Okay.
You have 10 minutes for presentation. Thank you.
Okay. It's the screen already there?
Not yet. Belum, not yet. Maybe you can start, stop first and then start to share screen again.
Yeah. How about now? Yeah?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Edie.
Yes. Okay. Hi everyone. We're from the group 5. Here we're gonna present our result from this collaboration. So here are our teammates. From Taiwan, there's Alan, Yuki, Suchen, also and me, Widi, also Lia and me, Widi, from Indonesia with our mentor Joseph Lu. So yeah, we will present about betel nut or binlang for our project here. So maybe some of you already know or ever heard about this. The betel nut is well known around Asia, especially in Southeast Asia where we are now. This practice of binlang had become part of our culture since about 2 before century. Maybe most of us already know this practice, which we call it nyereh, nyerih, or nyepah, that we call it here in Indonesia from several local language. So fun facts that it says that binlang actually comes from the word in Bahasa, Pinang. So Pinang become binlang, Pinang, binlang, something like that. Well, binlang have its own place in our cultures as part of our daily life back then. As you can see here, they even make all of these tools and containers special for binlang itself, even for the spits container to throw away the pulp or its waste after the chewing the binlang for 3 to 5 minutes and sip the liquid. And here are some pictures that shows how binlang has become part of our culture. Like here in India, where the royalty is enjoying binlang in the 17th century. And also here are a painting of Chinese peasant who's selling betel nut. Also here in Singapore, Philippines, and Taiwan here. And here you can see a lover who's sharing binlang. And also here, the situation that show the preparation of binlang and serving binlang in an event where people gather and talk. So here you can see binlang not only to be enjoyed by ourselves alone, but also binlang is play a role as the social tools for socializing. And here the picture of some Indonesian women preparing binlang, and the preparation and how they consume the binlang or betel nut is always the same for centuries. So the areca palm nut wrapped with the bitter leaf and some lime paste to activate the substance. It's always the same. And here, so, but what makes betel nut is really iconic is from Taiwan, especially. So Taiwan, Taiwan is making the marketing strategy that leads in 1970s by the Shandong girl, who later followed by its competitor. It became one of the most profitable commodity in Taiwan that displaced most of the rice field in Taiwan into the areca nut palm. Here, it is known worldwide. The iconic Taiwanese betel nut or binlang, sold by the Binlang Kishi with the seductive and revealing clothes to attract the consumer, which are usually the taxi or truck drivers and working class people who need some energy for long hours. Because binlang is equal to 3 to 5 cups coffee and can be very addictive. But after 40 years, it found that binlang contains carcinogenic substance that can cause some of serious disease, just like mouth cancer. So later, the Taiwan government banned its practice in 1994. But just like cigarettes, this practice is still exists in some of places for the mental reason. So here we found the uniqueness of this betel nut practice. Also, the betel nut stall that made it famous worldwide. So through this collaboration, we would like to use this betel nut concept from several approachments and different perspectives into our interior design. The beauty of betel nut with the side of the coffee shop. So here we got 3 main things in our concept that we implement into our designs, which are here. The first is the different heights. The different heights where we see the transaction of binlang. The betel nut girls go down to the road, approaching the cars or truck passing by, wants to buy some. So we make some various floor level in our interior. And the second is dynamic movement. When we observe the transportation who passing by endlessly and to stop over for a moment to have a binlang, then the binlang kishi will go down to the road to go after consumer. Also the effect of the betel nut itself, which is not only feeling some adrenaline and boost of energy, but also the sensation that make people feel like they go into another dimension, like something like psychedelic. And the last one is flamboyant, where the binlang kishi literally dress and act really flamboyant and with revealing clothes to attract consumers. So they will stop by for a moment that we pour into interior as colorful neon lights and some peaking interior elements like that. Okay, next, the interior implementation will be continued by our teammates, Leah Agustini. Leah, you may start.
Okay, next week.
Leah, are you there?
So here's our layout plan. Our layout plan is situated in a suburban area of Taiwan. So from the layout, we can see from the below, here's the entrance area. Like we want people to experience the different vibes of interior as they get into the terrazzo flooring. And then beside, there's a booth for ordering and payment area, and also the customer can continue to pick the seating area in the indoor or even the outdoor, with a bar lounge also as an option. The elevation for the outdoor area is about 50 centimeters below, for the floor leveling. Next is the kitchen area in the center one. So we kind of make it an open kitchen concept so people can see the kitchen through the interior or even the outdoor area. And the last one, we have this kind of see-through toilet that we think is gonna match our concept. Next with next please. With
The next.
Next please.
Entrance area, next.
Next to the after layout, please.
After the layout is the facade. Udah.
Belum, ya fasad.
Ini kelihatan nggak?
Enggak, di aku nggak gerak.
Gimana dong? Stop sharing, I'm so sorry. Stop
Yeah, you
share
can
first.
stop share first and then start again.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
How about now? No.
Still black.
Still black. You need some help?
Should you open from your?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm going to open from mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You want to try it first, Leah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
More, yeah?
So sorry, guys.
Sorry, Bu, I can't share the screen.
Mungkin Mbak Ami yang bisa sharein screen-nya kan kita udah
udah.
punya.
Sorry Bu,
enggak,
udah.
Bu, udah di-update.
Udah. Udah.
Oh iya, jadi kamu yang share?
Aku yang share aja. Udah.
Jadi PPT kan ya?
Iya. Bisa kan ya? Muncul nggak? Muncul kan?
Kelihatan.
Okay.
See it clearly. Okay.
Okay. So I will continue. And so here is the implementation here for the facade. We put a solid flamboyant colors to attract customers when people to attract people when they're passing by. And also the side entrance is open to give the transparency and openness to the coffee shop. And then next for the entrance area, we made a vibrant colors to all the three interior elements where the neon lights on ceiling and the transparent full frames, frameless tinted glass, and for the kitchen area with the open kitchen concept. And also we are applying the kinetic flooring as one of the results for dynamic movement in our concept. So here I will explain a simple kinetic flooring, how it works. So once people get into the entrance area, they made a force exerted by footstep on rubber surface that causes the floor tiles to flex about 5 millimeters. And the kinetic energy created is captured and stored within a lithium, like a lithium polymer battery, like this kind of green. And after that, the stored electricity can either go directly into use for providing power for lighting, and also can be stored for up to 3 days. And next here we are getting into the sitting booth and bar area, where you can see the activity here and how the waiter serves the coffee directly from the floating surface, floating surface at the open kitchen. And for the flooring treatment, we use the terrazzo flooring that describe the analogy of the fragmented betel nut after it's chewed.
Okay, Leah, sorry, how many pages left?
2.
Oh, 2. Okay.
3, sorry, 3, but I'll make it fast.
Okay.
And here for the front view of the sitting booth at the floor level, like about 10 centimeter that we analogize as the betel nut stall, while the ceiling indicates the user who commonly consume the betel nut, which is the working class people, such as the factory worker, taxi, or truck drivers. And for the lounge area, we also make a surface leveling to implement the different heights which we explained before in our concept. And the last one is for the outdoor area. What's likely this is just a sitting area with the outdoor vibes. And here, as you can see, we also from the outdoor area, you can also see the activity in the kitchen from the indoor and outdoor area. And the last part is the toilet that we in this picture we can see the toilet area that we sent. This is just like a see-through public toilet in Japan. Maybe some of you have ever heard about it, where the glass wall is transparent, but when people enter, it will become kind of blurry. And also we pair up with a neon and hidden lights. The see-through public toilets on the wall. And next, this is the see-through public toilets that we are designing with small ceramic tiles with them to give a little bit like a 90s vibe, like the old building atmosphere where the Pinlang phenomenon were booming. And this so here what we are trying to achieve is for the young generation who might not know the Bidang Lat beauty phenomenon or even the Bidang Lat itself, so that they can experience this practice of Pinlang in general and part of Taiwanese iconic culture that ever exists, where nowadays this culture has been banned and decreased, and it might be gone one day. So is there any question? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Leah and Widhi, for the presentation.
Thank you.
The answer and question will be held on the last session. Okay, so we continue to the next group, group 6. Maybe Ashdit?
Yes.
Okay. Ashdit, you may share the presentation.
Okay.
Have 10 minutes of presentation. Thank you.
Okay, wait.
Some help, Ashley?
Yes. Please.
Okay. Started. Okay, clear.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Ashdit, and I want to presentation about International Student Center. This is my group members and my mentor, Pak Bagus, and my PIC, Mbak Fesya. Okay, first about International Student Center. I will make it short. International Student Center is dedicated to support and programming available to undergraduate and graduate international students provided by the institution at which they are studying. And Student Center serve as a campus heart. It's reflective of the school culture, and is a place for students to go to day and night. So this is a vision and mission. And then so after that, we know the activities inside the International Student Center is learning, socializing, performance art, exercising, exhibition, and sport. So the facilities we should provide is a classroom and multi-function space or hall. So this is the user, also the local student or international student. If we see the base from user need is something that become a basic need that must be exist. So the International Student Center must a place for clubs, study, and counseling. So if we see the one is something that that is need to get a certain level of a certification or achievement. So the International Student Center is place for engagement, gathering, fellowship, escape, and unity in diversity. And hope, about user hope is something, a desire or aspiration to be achieved, to be able to show this a success and self-existence. So a place, what we hope in International Student Center for wellness must be comfortable, fun, enjoy, for loud or for quiet. So this is a chart for everything, why they do and how about the behavior, about what about they want to get, like this, what we do inside the International Student Center must be maybe individual, small group, or large group, and also about what they do in International Student Center is manual, digital tasks, and discussion or mentoring. So we must try to provide it. Also about the about what the activities in there is performing, socializing, exhibitioning. Okay, and this is the about the project location. Project location is in Bandung. So the details inside in here. Also, this is a master plan, and we focus about the design. We focus about design about the main hall and some part of inside this building. Here, this is an existing picture. Also, before we go to the theme, beside the educational program, the only reason why students survive and love at school is only friends, social, bunch of fun activities, make their own study guide together, and gathering with people who have the same passion. So we really must provide all of that. So here, the project location in Bandung, specific, and this is explanation about the Bandung city, topographically, geological, and soil condition. So this is a picture about all about Bandung. We have a landmark. We have a public transportation also like this. And landmark what we have is since in this era, and public transportation we have a bus in Damri, minivan angkot, double-decker bus bandros, but mostly similar mostly similar with student is angkot. So also this is about Bandung culinary and the behavior, like nasi liwet, jajanan pasar, and like eating nasi liwet together as a cultural togetherness. This is part of culture also. Okay, the most problem in international or local student is they just gathering with same race, because it is easier to adjust between culture, attitude, and language. So it's hard to feel same. And so the solution to make unity in diversity in here, so we must have a program of activities that trigger and the same passion. So we must have facilities to provide the programs. Okay, this is idea and concept. This is an idea and concept, modern, dynamic, and open. This is mind map. So if I try to analyze, we focus on about the location in Bandung. So we try to explain about history before we put the culture in there, and also the modern or urban technology in here, because we should have to provide that. Okay, so the theme is unity in diversity, perfection as acculturation. Because this is part of culture also in Indonesia, in Bandung. Bandung people love gathering together with friends. We can call it ngariung. We can spend much time together with ngariung and gotong royong. It's mutual corporation working, discussing together, and joint venture. Okay, about the mood board. So I explained before about the culture and history. Because the project based location in Bandung, we try to see what the Bandung before. Bandung before is Parahyangan Highland. This is about the Sunda Kingdom. Etymology of Sunda. Sunda is from Sun, meaning shining, bright, glowing, white, holy, pure, blameless. Yes, Sanskrit language. So this is mood board about what Sunda means. My team thinking, and also about what implementation colors what we have. We maybe collaboration and exploration is from fun. So fun value is best demonstrated to collaborative exploration of new possibilities and creative solution. So the colorful is a thing that symbolizes about fun. So also we put the concept of Taiwan also, about the red color is dominant. It symbolizes the good things. Okay, this is preliminary design. Vicky, can you? Hello, Vicky. Oh, my teammate, Vicky, where are you?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, Vicky, okay.
Vicky, could you explain this?
Okay, we still have 40 seconds. How many pages left, Asdit?
Maybe 2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay.
But Vicky still not.
She already answered.
No. Okay. Should I continue this?
Yes, please.
Okay. This is about design schematic program, and then also this. This is about the system and design. Also, this is a Hakka culture from Taiwan. We put the design also in here, and also this ABC about the people. We about the International Student Center. We try to not looking about hierarchy, so we must blend in here. So the concept design inside the building must be open like this. Also about the public area, the main hall, we try to put all in here, focus on main hall. The color we adapt from the angkot and from the batik, and from the concept of color fun, but the all main of the building I put we put about the white concept, like a Sunda meaning like before. So we made the railing is transparent, and we made the ceiling must be white on white, and also the the seater also white. Yeah, finish. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much Asdit and team.
Bu Ami, tadi yang kepotong grup berapa aja ya?
Kelompok 2 aja, Bu.
Bisa duluan dicoba diterusin lagi dulu deh.
Dea. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We may make a conclusion for the project. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So this is the last page of our presentation. This is basically the zoning area for the boarding lounge, as well as the security. So the orange color here is our daycare and praying room. Why? Because it's near the toilet, and that's where the water resource is mainly located. And then this is the security checkpoint. And other than that, this is basically the zoning for the seating arrangement in the boarding lounge. So the disabled people should be seated near the family because they usually do not travel alone. So it's nice if they can be near with the company. So yeah, because they always need to be in intensive care. So there's also business people that gets the window view. And then the millennials are spread out everywhere because they basically don't really need specific sitting spot. And then there's a cyber area for people to use the computer, play games, and then there's also kids zones. And so as well as the disabled people should have a easy access to the airplane. And so to conclude our final presentation, so this throughout this whole journey, me and my friends in Jakarta and Bandung, as well as the people in Taiwan, we find that through this collaboration, there are a lot of discovery that we found that like patterns or design style and lifestyle in Taiwan that are pretty much similar to the people in Indonesia that we only find out once we had a discussion. You know, we didn't specifically look for that on the Google, but it's when we were having our discussion, that's when we found a lot of discovery, like how our culture, design cultures in here, there are a lot that are pretty similar to the ones that are in Taiwan, and design cultures that are trending in Taiwan, which is also trending in Indonesia. That's it for our presentation today. Critics and comment are very much welcome and appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dea, for group 2 for finishing the conclusion and the presentation. Yeah, sorry for what happened before.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, we have the group 7. Group 7, you may share the screen. Okay, thank you, Group 7. Operator, who will present? Me. Sabrina and Ayu, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity so we can present our project. What we work for in Spirit of Asia is design research villa in Lishu, Taiwan. Our mentor is Edwin Chen, and then our member is Leopan, Zhou Chen, Grace from Taiwan, and then Irin and Ayu from Indonesia. this what wanna I and team presentation induction what we gonna do, where location our project, the big concept of our design, and then design scheme, facade and master plan. Our project is villa in tropical area, so the opportunity has arisen for Indonesian owner to invest in Taiwan Little Lishu, taking advantage from location, which mean culture and research. This can be linked together from the first tourist area. So who's gonna be our target market? And then who's gonna be our visitor and of course our user? The first is the couple where go to honeymoon. And then the second is family, maybe 2 until 10 person. And then the group, about more than 10 people. And then just someone want to get along with herself is our target market. Our location in Lishu, with a tropical climate in all season, coral reef and flower sandy beach, as well as different spot where you can swim with turtle. This is a great way to experience the South Seas. Here's our location. Our island in east of Taiwan. This one is the Taiwan island, and then our project so small in here. This is our big concept. Miss Irene will be present. Please, Miss.
Okay, thank you. I will describe about design concept of this project. Okay. I will describe you about common culture. Here we want to show the general culture of Asia, that is from geography, weather, and Asia culture. So we want to find out what Indonesia and Taiwan have in common. And this is about Taiwan. I will to describe you about Taiwan. And Taiwan is a mixture of modernity and tradition made up of many cultures, although the exclusive cultural heritage has not yet been developed. And while the trend of keeping up with the times is influencing, most people prefer to follow the modern way of experiencing life, and in addition to still being keen to participate in the traditional activities of religious heritage culture. And here is about Indonesia. As an Indonesian, in Indonesia, many people go by the island of their origin, like Japanese, Balinese, Sumatran, Moluccan, or their ethnic group like Batak, Toraja, or Sundanese. Here is, you can see that there are at least 300 ethnic groups in Indonesia, each with their own. That doesn't mean there aren't any similarities or tendencies. Tendencies between one culture to the other, but when reading this phrase, keep in mind the diversity that comes with it. Okay, so the design concept is we want to, are you back?
Yes.
Okay. So we want to make space that can provide a warm, calm, and family atmosphere to visitors, with a space that blends with nature, with mix of modern and ethnic or traditional materials, with warm natural tone colors and tropical design that combine with nature, and a mix of Indonesian and Taiwan culture. So here is we combine with modern materials with natural materials. And for modern materials, we use reinforced concrete, steel frames, glass curtain wall. And for natural materials, we use wood, rattan, bamboo, and stone. So this is for decoration. Okay. What are we using all this? Since we wanted to introduce Taiwan culture, which is famous for its foods, nature, and also the garden with lots of flowers, we wanted to create a design that conveys it all. So this is the building facade concept. It's a tropical design that combined with nature. Okay. Culture is not only in the form of heritage objects from generation to generation, but culture is also evolving with the general public behavior, plants, and nature. The design of this resort villa presents how visitors can blend in with the soothing nature of Taiwan, the atmosphere of the coastal breeze, where Taiwan itself is an island surrounded by a huge ocean. The materials used are by combination modern and natural materials, also with natural lighting to be reducing artificial lighting requirement and saving energy. And this is for villa design concept. Indonesia is the biggest country filled with many islands in Southeast Asia, which consists of the island of Sumatra, Kalimantan, Java, Sulawesi, Bali, Papua, and so on. Okay, we here use batik because batik is very important to Indonesian, and many people would wear it to formal or casual event. And in our opinion, batik is very flexible because the pattern can be applied to floors, walls, decoration, furniture, and others. So the concept of this villa is to take batik motif to that came from various islands, which will be applied to the interior design of the villa, so that every villa will have a different touch of culture. All this is also refers to Indonesia motto called unity and diversity. And not only Indonesian culture, but we also combine with traditional Taiwanese decoration, which will be applied to the villa door like this. Okay, next is lobby and all-day dining design concept. As a main concept of the interior design from this villa, which is our hoping to bring visitors to unit and interact with nature. So we make it happen by using glass folding doors that are installed on the most walls of the first floor building, using natural materials and placing some plants on the corners from the room to provide a calmer and cooler atmosphere. Next is bar and lounge design concept. Okay. On the bar and lounge concept, we will show more of the Taiwan culture with Taiwan traditional patterns that will be placed on the corner of the room up until the ceiling, and using materials steel laser cut with a tone dark color and naturally given elegant touch and more exclusive room. And the last is concept, guest room concept. Okay, the concept of the guest room is we want to present the design that are more exclusive because the location which is more private compared to the villa area. The concept will be shown as a mix between local and culture of Indonesia and Taiwan. We can see from the choice of decoration and design elements that from the two cultures. And next will be present by Ayu.
For design scheme, we make a spirit for front office and the back office. For front, we spirit for public, semi-public, and private, so we can make a group of zoning like public, villa, receptionist waiting area, public toilet. For the semi-public, we had the all-day dining, bar, lounge, corridor, pool, and garden. For the private, we had a villa room, deluxe room, executive room, and suite room. For villa room, we had six room, but for deluxe, we just have we can after this we can see the room. For the back office, the service area will be around the room, kitchen, and storage.
Ayu, how many
here's the recapitulation.
Sorry, Ayu, how many pages left?
Our mention in the maybe 6 or 6.
Okay.
6.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tadi mana ya? For the headline, the biggest number of square meter is a villa room, which means is 260 square meter. We spared the villa become 6 area, 6 room. Here's the bubble diagram we make for the staff. We spared staff and the visitor. For the staff, we had a back door, so staff can be reached kitchen, laundry, storage. For the staff, they can come to the waiting receptionist, and then if they become our visitor, they can level up to the all dining, bar, lounge, and day room. Here the zoning of our villa. The green villa, and then here's the main building. This one is a main building for ground floor. This one is area public, and then here's a semi, and then here's the service area. For the first floor, this one is a private, so which means is a room for guests to sleep. And then the second floor is for the public area and private. This one is the executive room. This is the grouping, and then the grouping for the main building in a ground floor. This one we make for the first floor is a deluxe. The floor is executive, and for the area will be outdoor, bar, lounge, and toilet. For the vertical blocking, this area is a main building, and this small building is our villa. Why we make our visitor in second floor and third, so they can get a best view of our villa. They can get the sea view and the panorama of the island. This the building facade and master plan. Here the facade, as I mentioned before, in the big concept, we use combine material traditional and modern. So we use cement, glass, bamboo, steel frame, glass, and use solar panel to make our big concept become true. Here's the master plan. The mention our dam is city. So in our room we had different motif batik, which motif batik like in here is Java, is Java, and then is Yogyakarta, and then this one is area for Sumatra. And the main building, the customer, our guests come from entrance here from building A.
Okay, Ayu, how many pages left?
2, Miss.
Okay. Okay.
For the visitor will be interested in here, will be meet with our staff, and then there's a dining room, and then the service area will be kitchen, and then laundry area. For the master plan first floor, in our room, suite room is use rattan, and then wood, concrete, and then make them to combine our concept in the first slide to the master plan. Here's the second floor. They can second floor is the great floor because they can see best view in the morning in this area. In the area, they can get the sunrise view, and then for the executive room, for the sunset, they will be get the sunset view. Thank you for the opportunity to ask. Enough, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Ayu and Siti. Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Okay, we continue to group 8. Group 8, are you ready to present your PowerPoint? Okay, Farah.
Okay, it's already shown.
Yeah, it's already.
Okay.
Clearly. Okay,
Let me
can you
start.
make a full screen?
Sure. Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We are from the last group, the 8th group. Today, we would like to present our project about physical medical rehabilitation. And here are our team members: Sirina, Ju, Mila, and Midinda, also our beloved mentor, Miss Nin, and our PIC, Mas Makmur. Before we design, we did some research based on data that's shown in mind mapping. The processing data are from definition regulation, programs, user, building, and design ambience. This pyramid illustrates how our team start a new design. First, we did an empathy. After that, we collecting data and search case study, and we found the criteria, and we did an analysis. After that, we create alternative design study and design concept. This is our purpose of the project. Our goal is designing smart and safety patient hospital with biophilic ambience. In this project, we also learn about background and history of physical medical rehabilitation. Because the location is in Depok, we use regulation in Indonesia. Okay, talking about safety and smart hospital, the physical medical rehabilitation focus on improvement in people who has disabilities and injury. The patient will be treated into rehabilitation program. Our design based on collecting data from user, culture, gender, and age. It will help us to define user habit and also new habit in pandemic situation. And the medical staff and patient activities will relate to our circulation, zoning, and grouping. We also use building criteria that consist of standard encode, opening, vertical circulation or horizontal, ergonomy and anthropometry, furniture and fixtures, equipment, air circulation, IT and security system, and lighting. We also did comparison study and collecting data from several criteria like design ambience, biophilic design, materials, wayfinding, and also colors. And the next slide will be presented by my friend, Ju.
Okay, thank you. For your analysis, we'll focus on the two parts, non-technical and technical. Analysis, non-technical. According to Indonesia's standard regulation, program have a two function test. This is colors. This is wayfinding. User have people, gender, age, and culture. Technical. Location in Indonesia. This is building. This is plan. Third floor layout plan part 1. Third floor layout plan part 2. Furniture and fixtures. Map and electronic. This is opening. This is lighting. Materials. Remarks on non-technical. Developing more color for wall treatment and column. Proposed food furniture for waiting room. Technical. Developing ceiling plan and lighting plan and space for wheelchair. Then my friend Selina speaking.
Serena, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you. Biophilic interior architecture design will show feature nature and relaxed colors, such as begin or gray, while a feature wall could be painted blue, green, and red and orange. The new space plan will be delivered into 4 parts. Next is a design story. The benchmark from the under full. Next. Space program have 3 parts. Next. This is calculation. Next. This is drawing. Next. This is grouping. Next. This is inventory for floor, ceiling, decorative. Next. Our design color is blue, green, red, and orange. Next. The wayfinding is correctly defined and routing. Next. The furniture is more modern and more humans. Next. This increment. AI makes hospital become smarter. Next. This is lighting. Next. This is air conditioning. Next. This is purpose ambience. Next. This is ideation from our most original idea. Next. Is a alternative starting part 1, and next is a part 2. Next. Okay, it's a special. The next one is speaking Mina. Thank you.
Thank you, Serena. Now I would like to explain about the design. So based on our analysis and design study, we have concluded our concept for this project. Next. So the concept for this project is a smart and safety patient hospital with biophilic ambience. And next. And this is the layout. We divided the area into two. First is the neo-musculoskeletal area, and the second is the cardiovascular area. Next. And this is the axonometric view for a more detailed explanation about the area that we are dividing. Next. Okay, so the first view is the entrance. As we are applying a smart hospital, the patient and visitors who will come here should book their schedule first prior their visiting. And then when they're here, they can do a self-check-in in the digital signage that is provided here. Here, they also have to do a health protocol, such as checking their temperature, check in with an app, and also sanitize their hands. Once they are ready to go into the facility, the door will open by itself. Next. Okay, so this is the first area. In this first therapy area, we have provided with various equipments for cardiovascular therapy that the ergonomy have been decided and suited for injured and also disabled people as our main user. And we have also provided the facility with a smart robot that will help and assist the patient and visitors regarding wayfinding, therapy, and many more. And here is the waiting area. As you can see, there is a line in the floor, which is a wayfinding that we use a contrast color for guiding the visitors to the waiting room. Here, we also provide a vending machine as eating is part of Indonesian people culture and habit while waiting. So this is for entertaining the waiters that is waiting here. Okay, now this is the second therapy area, the neuromusculoskeletal area. As we can see,
you still have 2 more minutes, yeah.
Okay, thank you. This is the neuromusculoskeletal therapy area. Here, we can see that we use neutral and natural colors for most of the interior elements, but we use contrast color for the wayfinding and for highlighting therapy areas. Next. Okay, now for the ceiling, we choose to keep the ceiling exposed as the first existing condition due to the short ceiling, but we add a rounded ceiling panel painted in green, not only to embrace the biophilic ambience, but also for us to put the downlight and also indirect lighting above it. And for the wall treatment, we use trees mural painting painted with antibacterial paint. And also there is a tree-like panel from ceiling to floor in the middle of the facility as a focal point, as well as to embrace more on the biophilic ambience that we meant. And lastly, for the floor, for the circulation, we use vinyl tile. But for the therapy area and the walking area and the walking track, we use synthetic rubber for patients' safety and comfort. All of the specs, the design specs, and the measurement, the materials, the tone is decided based on the needs of Indonesian people habit in medical culture, especially in physical rehabilitation facilities. Okay, I think that's all from us, the 8th group as the last group. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mila. Okay, we have still one more group, group 1. Maybe the representative of the group 1 can present the project. Nirchan. Thank you for presentation, Mila.
Good evening, Mbak Ami.
Oh, yeah, Ibu Riana. How is it
Sorry,
today?
we're late. Maybe Putih can help with the sharing the screen, and Nicholas or Nia Chan can do the presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
I already have the PPT.
Yes. Thank you.
So now it's me presentation.
Okay, it's Robert. Okay.
Robert is going to help.
Oh, thank you, Robert. Yes, please, you can start. Thank you, Ibu Riana. Okay, Robert, do you have the file for presentation? Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, Robert, we cannot hear your voice. Hello, Robert.
Oh,
Okay.
the project and analyst. There is such a joint office in Indonesia. Eh? Yeah. God, it's
Yes, Robert. We still cannot hear you.
Okay. There is such a joint office in Indonesia called Indonesia Shared Office Building. This shared office advocates the concept of the sharing office, willing to connect and share with each other. In this office space, you can see the fashion of nature, history, and the tradition. It pays attention to the feeling of the office environment and always takes the comfort of the user as the main purpose. What the joint office units is probably the unity of people, nature, and society, and finally transformed into the consciousness that everything in the world is connected and dependent form. And this is user analysis. Productive age is from age 18 to 35. It's about student, freelancer, and startup living in Bandung, domestic tourist, work-life balance, flexible lifestyle. Value work-life balance. Appreciate the fun in the workplace and is supposed to work hard or play hard mentally. Technologically adapt, comfortable with PDA, for smartphones, emails, laptops, tablets, and other technology. Employed the legal workplace. Individualist, independent, resourceful, and self-sufficient, flexible, adapt well to change, and tolerate of alternative lifestyles. The site analyst is Look, you can see in the picture the implementation of the preservation of Class C, cultural conservation building is carried out with the following provisions. The number one is building change can be made while maintaining the main character of the building. Number two, details or ornaments and building materials are adapted to the agriculture of the surrounding buildings in environment harmony. Number three, in the cultural conservation site, it is possible to have additional buildings in accordance with the character of the environment. Number four, in function of the building can be changed according to the spatial plan. This is the site and analyst. And this is a local contact, Paris Van Java, which in colonial era was known as a small area start from the Braga suite, which developed into a alert area and continues to grow as well know it today. There are many buildings built with colonial elements. Colonial heritage buildings are legacy that we must maintain it in order to save an awesome city. Also, we need to be adaptive to reuse if cultural heritage buildings are damaged. And this is a local contact. You can see in the picture. Yeah. And this is design brief. Number one, Class C cultural conservation buildings. Number two, urban cultures and habits. Number three, facility of generation and lifestyle. A good design strategy is maintain the heritage building as a legacy to keep the soul and make it more alive with tolerance of alternative lives nowadays. Comfortable, ambitious, and technology friendly. And this is mind mapping. And this is a problem. And how to make people focus on work, feel ambitious without change the heritage ancient city. The concept design is old and new. This is a zoning in the interior design, interior space, yes. And this is blocking the problem, yeah, the problem in the interior space. And this is the mood board concept design. It uses woods. Yeah. And thanks for listening. Do you guys have any questions?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Ibu Riana and Putih, for the presentation today. Okay, we already have the last group now. And then we can continue to the question and answer session. Mr. Timi, Ibu Rina, Pak Yuda, and all the mentors, you are allowed to ask or maybe review for the project from group 1 to group 8. Yeah, they already have a wonderful presentation and great project with this collaboration program. Yeah. Okay, Ibu Rina, Mr. Timi, or Pak Yuda, maybe you want to add something for review for overall project.
Yes, I would like to say something at the end of this the whole process today. I would like to thank all mentors and all the members to have such a wonderful presentation today. I think I've learned something, and I really admire. I mean, all of you have done that very detailed research and very interesting concept. I think that was amazing presentation. I would like to thank you. And I know in the process in the past several weeks, the groups must have some very difficulty problems between the communication and the cooperation. But I want to admire you that all of you have covered that problems and have such a wonderful result today. Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you, Timmy.
Thanks for your opinion.
Mbak Ami, dengeran Mbak Ami?
Yes, kedengeran, Bu.
Okay. Thank you, Timmy, for passion, yeah, and actually today is end of the session, end of the hardworking, not only mentor and mentees. I think the committee also support our program. So I would like to actually no question specific, but I would like to say big appreciation for the 8 teams. They've been doing really hard to get the presentation today. I know we have 2 weeks holiday actually, so it's really hard, yeah, to start again and to get everybody in the one presentation. So I'm pleased to see the enthusiasm, hardworking from all participants. It's interesting actually. I found some project, not every project have culture, yeah, have a mixed cultures, not only blending, but not only mix and match, but it's blend and interesting. The cultures involved in design it's something about experience. I think the presentation is about experience. Yeah, I agree. Some of you say about experience. You can explore mostly about history and cultures, our background. So again, thank you for presentation. The language is very interesting. We've been doing it very good. Thank you, everybody. And we have a discussion after this, especially Timmy, me, and Pak Yuda. We already scoring since the team 1 until team 8, and not confusing, but a lot of ideas, a lot of good results. So we have to do it 1 or 2 days after today, and let's see next week for the conclusion, yeah, Timi. So thank you again, participant, mentoring, and I saw some friends watching presentation today. Some member from HDII enjoying the presentation. So thank you again. Ada Pak Yuda ya. Your turn, Pak Yuda.
Pak Yuda.
Ada Pak Yuda. So,
Pak Yuda, are you there?
Pak Yuda. So Timi, thank you ya. It's interesting. Today is actually our first experience with HDII and Taipei. So thanks again.
Yes, thanks again. And I want to say something appreciation to my students. 那个中科大硕士班的同学，今天的整个简报的内容其实我认为都不错，然后也都还蛮专业的。其实出乎我意料，我原来认为会是一个比较粗略的简报，因为时间其实也不够，那大家合作的那个方式其实也都产生很多困难。但是这个简报呈现的结果，我觉得非常好，也还蛮讶异的。不管这个过程啊是多困难，或是多沮丧哈，我希望说大家看到这个两边合作的内容产出的时候，都会互相学到一些东西。除了文化以外，其实双方的简报方式，态度跟制作执行的方式跟内容，我觉得应该都有很多值得我们一起来学习的。那也很感谢你们这个努力到现在，终于算是一个还不错的结果。All right, thank you very much.
Ya, mungkin tambah sedikit ya Mbak Ami. Khususnya untuk para student yang sudah membagi waktu. Terima kasih ke 4 mentor yang dari Indonesia juga atas waktunya. Tadi juga udah diskusi dengan Timi. Memang ada some of them is a deep reset gitu ya. Ada juga yang preliminary concept, ada juga yang very detail. Kita semua mengapresiasi begitu. So we really appreciate such a different presentation. It's not only the concept, but some of them is very detailed, right? Timi, we really appreciate, and minta maaf kalau memang waktunya tidak terlalu panjang, but we already understand what you've been done before. Gitu. Jadi terima kasih mentor, thanks a lot from mentor from Indonesia, Jabar and Jakarta. Ada 4 mentor. Terima kasih Bu Riana, Pak Bagus, Pak Ben, Mbak Nim ya, dan some of the student. Oke. Ada lagi? Mungkin Pak Yuda? Mungkin Pak Yuda nggak ada. So,
Pak Yuda.
Sorry Bu Mami kalau boleh menambahkan. Jadi tadi Pak Timinya juga bilang dia mengucapkan terima kasih kepada murid-muridnya yang ada di sana. Terus dia juga menyadari untuk keterbatasan waktu dengan kolaborasi ini, tapi dia merasa bahwa ada yang bisa dipelajari dari kerjasama ini. Dia ngomong gitu sama mahasiswanya, ya selain masalah kesulitan bahasa dan juga cara berkolaborasinya. Tapi intinya dia bilang pasti ada yang bisa mereka pelajari deh dari kerjasama ini. 蒂米先生刚才Rina也是说的跟你一样， 在这个过程呢，除了语言，也是我们的方式怎么样合作，也有一些困难哈，但是一定我们能学到一些。刚才他也是这样跟你说，他的想法都一样。
谢谢。Thank you, Rina.
Yeah, thank you Mbak Po. Jadi ngerti.
Bu Puani.
Ya maksudnya dia juga bisa di sini.
Ya, kami kasih kesempatan. We give the time for everybody. You can say something and send to us as a committee, and we can share together next week. What you like, what you don't like, and what you enjoy. And I'm agree with Timmy that this is the first program collaboration of such a different language and different country and different culture, and this is something new that we can do better and better in futures, right? So again, thanks a lot, everybody, and especially of course of the committee. Yeah, Timmy, I would like to say also. I'm very blessed that we have such a great team for this Spirit of Asia, and I hope this team also makes everybody a great spirit of everything about the moment of the collaboration. So thanks again for the committee. I cannot say everybody, maybe I can tell next week. Yeah, it's a big team actually. We have a program, we have the coordinator and everything. So thank you. Pak Yuda nggak ada ya? Finish?
Dari Japri sama Mas Erwin.
So about the awarding, three of us wants to do some discussion first, and as per our commitment, I think like 3 months ago we trying to give some more award, right? The more appreciation to the team. So we will think about it and we'll get back to you the result next week. Yes, Timmy.
Yes, and more exciting, we are giving awards next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. Okay.
And then, okay, everyone can turn on the camera. Maybe we can take a documentation for the last session of the Spirit of Asia. Thank you so much. We want to take a picture. We have 3 pages. All the mentor and mentees, please turn on the camera. Thank you so much. Okay, Ega or Arsita, can you help us?
Mbak Ami,
Yeah.
so Timmy, do we have time, or do we still have time, or we have to finish it now?
Yeah, I think we have to finish finish it.
Okay.
Now. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe mentor can say something next week ya. Terima kasih banyak untuk semuanya.
Yeah, we'll save some times for mentors next week after the awarding. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try to take a picture for all of us. Page 1. Okay. Smile. Okay. Page 2.
Please no.
Turn on camera. Thank you. And the last page. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same time, same link. Yeah. But we will info for the schedule, yeah, the rundown.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much. See you
Yeah, thank you so much semuanya.
Happy New
Thank you,
Year.
Bapak Ibu.
Yeah, happy
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Polly.
Iya, bye-bye, Bu Rina, Bu Rani.
Thank you.
Bye. Mbak Min. Bye.
Shasha.
Terima kasih Bu Riana. Dia,
Thank
terima
you
kasih.
semuanya, Mbak Ami, Mbak Rina.
Sama-sama, Bu.
Mereka di sana udah mau jam 8 kali ya udah pada mau pulang.
Halo, thank you ya.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Om Yuda.
Thank you.
Masih
Sorry, baru
maghrib ya.
selesai sholat maghrib.
Ya. Bu Mel, terima kasih. Thank you so much, Ibu Rin. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Timi.
Makasih ya, mentor. Tadi kata Pak Ben, maaf tuh Ranu kepotong.
It's okay. Saya Jabri ya, Bu.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially for group 2. I'm sorry to cut them.
Yeah, because the times.
Bye, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
谢谢。
谢谢. Thanks, Timmy. Talk to you later.
Yeah. See you next week.
Thank you, Nabil. You're welcome. Terima kasih, Bu Nin.